Hey YouTube, this is Tom at TM Aquatics, and I'm just hanging out here in my fish room and thought I would shoot a quick video. It's been a while since I've done an update video. Actually, I think July was the last time I did a full fish room tour and update. I'm not going to do a full fish room tour or update today, but there are some things happening back here in the fish room. I just wanted to make a quick video and get everyone caught up to speed on what's happening here. Now, we are looking at my tangerine tigers right now, and this group of shrimp has been doing exceptionally well. And population is really exploding. I probably have about 100 tangerine tigers in the tank right now, and there's always constantly buried females. But I keep these tangerine tigers, even though they are a Caridina species, they can tolerate the Neocaridina water parameters, and that's where I keep these at right now, at about 7.6 pH. My KH is around 4 or 5. The GH is up around 9. And 8 or 9, and TDS is probably pushing 230 to 250 right now. Not terribly bad, but they're absolutely thriving back here. Now next door, this group of shrimp is doing fantastic. My front glass is dirty, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I haven't cleaned the glass on this tank in an awful long time. In fact, I just did my first water change in about 2 months here this past weekend, and there just wasn't any need to. The water was perfect. The shrimp were thriving, and I just didn't want to mess with it. So I had mentioned a couple times that this group of golden-backed yellows was set for a population explosion, and we are right in the midst of that population explosion. Everywhere I look, there are just tons and tons of little baby pinhead shrimp. I don't know if there's going to be any on the glass over here. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 over here at least. I just saw a bunch on this Anubias Nana Petite. You can see there's several of them back in that Anubias Nana Petite. But as we look over here, there's one here, there's another one. You know, there's a bunch on the glass there. You can just see them munched on the biofilm on the glass and the algae and stuff. There are hundreds of shrimp in this tank right now. I haven't been selling them, but I am going to start selling here in a couple of weeks. I've got a buyer that's going to come over and take some of these yellow neos off my hand. Now, when you look at the substrate, there's not a lot of adults. A lot of the adults are up here in the pearlweed. And I mentioned pearlweed as one of my favorite floating plants, especially for shrimp. And this is a fantastic plant for floating plants. It is so clean. It stays so dense and compact. Well, I don't want to say compact. I mean, look at that. But there is a ton of plant there. That is I mean, it's so tight and compact, and there's just a ton of surface area for microorganisms and biofilm to grow, and those shrimp get up in there. And trust me, there are dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of shrimp up here just sitting up there all day just munching away at stuff. So the only time they'll come down is when I feed a little MK cheeseburger food or something like that, or Shrimp King Complete. That'll coax a lot of them out, and I'll just have big masses of shrimp down here. But these guys are really doing fantastic, and again, population explosion is on, and there's still a ton of buried females in this tank. So really doing, this group is really doing exceptionally well, and yeah, couldn't be happier. I'm not going to really talk about the Bloody Marys or the Blue Dreams. It's so hard to see the Blue Dreams. In fact, I'm thinking about maybe getting rid of the Blue Dreams. I'll either be doing some line breeding to clean them up, or maybe get rid of them and replace them with orange eye blue royals, or royal blues, whatever you call that. The orange eye blue tigers that are the dark deep blue, I really want some of those. But then again, I might keep them. I have some in here that are just like, they look just like black rose. They are so dark, and maybe I'll do a little line breeding on them and see if I can clean them up a little bit. The Bloody Marys are doing pretty good. Their population is exploding. Not exploding. It's getting larger, which is always good, right? But I was a little disappointed with some of them in the beginning because they just weren't coloring up like I had hoped. But lately it seems like their colors are getting a little bit better as they age. You know, they're getting a lot darker. There's still some in there that really aren't the quality that I was expecting. But there are a bunch in here that are just, nice ruby red. I'll probably work on this line a little bit. I'm still debating whether or not I want to source some more from another line or not. But I think I need to raise a few more out and see what the adults look like once they get of size. But there's some nice ones in there. That top one, there's a nice dark ruby red. The one on the bottom, not so much, but I think it's a line that I could probably work with and clean it up a little bit. So anyways, enough on them. I did remove my L264s from quarantine, and they got added to this tank down here. There are 4 L264 Sultan Plecos. They're juveniles at about 3 inches in size. I picked them up from Quality Aquatics, which is my favorite LFS here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. In fact, Corey from Aquarium Co-op just posted a video on Quality Aquatics just today. I think Jimmy or Corvus Oskin also posted videos on Quality Aquatics. They visited Minneapolis, St. Paul here a few weeks ago, and they made a trip to Quality, and it's just a fantastic LFS. There's one of the L264s back there. You can see the white tips. We had another one scooching over there as well. But they're all doing good. Like I said, I picked up 4 of them. I'd like to get some more. I do have another source for some wild caughts right now, and I might go ahead and just pick them up now while they're all small and young. But hopefully I'll be able to get some video of these L264s out in the open. They've been coming out if I feed like bloodworms. They have no problem coming out and feeding. I do have some blue-eyed ancestris in there. You can see there's 1, 2, 3. I mean, I have 6 of them in there. And I'm probably going to have to remove some of those here in the near future. A couple are clearly males. There's a couple that are clearly females. And I really have no interest in breeding these plecos. These are my cleanup crew. These aren't a fish or a pleco that I want to spend time or dedicate tank space to breed. Plenty of people do, and they love doing it. It's just not a project that I'm focused on right now. They do a great job as a cleanup crew. My brother, who also keeps a lot of pleco tanks, he's got more plecos than I do. He probably has a couple hundred bushy nose babies, so I don't need to add any more to this market here. But great cleanup crew. But hopefully I'll be able to get some footage of those L264s here in the near future. Up above the Ocellatus tank, I did upload a video earlier this week. It was shot a couple weeks ago of my Ocellatus, and things have changed around a little bit. In that recent upload, there was a breeder box, a Zis breeder box. I've removed that breeder box from this tank. I had about 40 babies in here in that breeder box. They are now in that 10-gallon. I had to pick up another 10-gallon tank. They are in that 10-gallon tank there. The adults, I only had 4 adults in here. The other 3 were removed. All 7 adults are back in the tank. I also added more shells to give more hiding places to the adults, as well as any fry that I missed. I think I got all the fry out of there, but I'm not 100%. The fry that were free swimming in that video are now down on the end where the adult Ocellatus were. And I removed them because the adults that were left in the tank, the 2 females that had fry, they started to show some aggression towards those fry. And a few of them did disappear, so I figured I'd just pull them out and maximize the yield and get as many to safety and in a grow out tank as I could. So everybody else is back here in the tank. There's Dad right there, happy little fella with all of his women here. But this one over here is already coming down on eggs. So within 2 weeks, this tank will be swarming with baby Ocellatus again. And honestly, I need to stop raising them out. I'm going to have too many. I don't ship fish. I ship shrimp, and I'll ship plants, but I don't ship fish yet. It's something I'm going to have to learn how to do. I've watched Dan at Dan's Fish. I've watched a lot of people on how they ship fish, and it's not something I couldn't do. I just haven't bought the supplies, and I haven't had the desire to worry about DOA policies, all that stuff, but I'm probably going to have to here in the near future. I have too many Ocellatus fry to probably sell here in the local market, so I'll probably have to ship some, or sell some online and ship them. These fry here were in the fry box, and I mentioned in that video I thought I was keeping them in the fry box too long. They were getting too big for that fry box, and indeed they were. You can look at the tail on this one here. That tail's been munched off. That'll grow back, but a lot of these ended up with munched off tails. Sadly, some of the smaller ones got injured so bad that I had to euthanize them. In fact, a couple of them actually died. So I had 40 in the breeder box. I think there's like 35 in the tank right here. I think I lost about 5. That sounds about right. But they're doing good, but I had to get them out of that fry box. I knew I left them in there too long, and just unfortunate. These are my dwarf neon rainbow fish fry, and they're getting nice and big, and they always come to the front of the tank to meet me. I love these little guys. But those are dwarf neon rainbow fish, or Pracox rainbow. There's the, you know, they're over here in this pleco tank here, the dwarf neon rainbow fish. Here are the ocellatus fry that were free swimming in the tank, and I did manage to pull out over 50. So 50 here, I'll just say 50. Yeah, 50. There's probably 55, I think, but at least 50. 35 over here, so that's 85. I have another 30 in this tank, 29 or 30 in this tank, and these guys are quite a bit older. And then my oldest group up here, there's 28 up here, so I have well over 150 ocellatus fry, and that's just going to be way too many. They're not going to sell in the local market. A good portion of these will sell, but there's just not going to be enough people looking to buy ocellatus fry in the local market, I don't think. So that's why I'm saying I might end up having to, sell on like Aquabid or something and ship some of these. But this group here is exceptionally nice looking. I think they're a better looking group than that first group. My first group I sold within 3 days here, and I do have a lot of people that still want them. So this group will sell quickly. This group will probably sell in Minneapolis, St. Paul without any issue. It's these two groups of fry that I might have a challenge selling these off here in the local market if I don't start shipping. Moving forward, I do have a plan for a new rack. I'm getting ready for a water change tonight. Every other day I've been changing water on all the fry tanks here and these two tanks over here, 50% water change. I was doing it daily. I just kind of got a little busy here in the last week, so kind of been doing it every other day right now. That's still pretty good, but moving forward, I am going to build a 4th rack above the washer and dryer. I'm starting to buy all the parts that I need, and I'm probably going to go out and get the lumber this week and start putting together the frame or the rack system this week. I still need to get some bulkheads. I'm going to have 10 or 12 10-gallon tanks over here. The rack is going to be up above the washer and dryer. We're going to get a front-loading washing machine so we can still use a wash. We use our washing machine, our laundry room upstairs. We don't even use this, but wife wants to keep a set down here, for whatever. I understand. So we're going to get a front-loading washing machine. So I'm going to build a rack up above the washer and dryer. There's going to be 2 rows, and each row will have either 5 or 6 10-gallon tanks. I'll probably go with 5, to be honest. If I do 6, that rack's going to come over pretty close to the slop sink, and I just really would like a little more elbow room over here. And but we'll see. Either 5 or 6 tanks per row. They're all going to be drilled, and they're all going to have a drip system put on there, so all the water changes will be on a timer, automatic. Won't have to worry about that. So I've been sourcing all the parts, putting the plans together. Yeah, there's my little sketch I made. That's kind of what it's going to look like. Just slop sink, washer, dryer, and then, yeah. The only issue I got 83.5 inches. The top of the tanks on the top rack are going to be 83.5 inches high. And this over here is like 81 and a half or something like that. And I think this is too tall the way it is right now. So these are going to be even taller, but I want the tanks and I want the versatility. So those top tanks will probably be like shrimp, probably mostly shrimp. I don't know. There's a couple guppy strains I want to raise out. I need some, more grow out tanks. I need to get ready for when the plecos all start having babies and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, that's what's cooking here. We'll get that 4th rack. I mentioned in the video it wasn't going to start until after the 1st of the year, more than likely, but I just can't wait that long. So I'm going to move forward right now. Just kind of a note, I did, anybody looking for a good deal on an air pump, these Tetra up to 60-gallon aquariums, these were on sale on Amazon for $7.99. I have one over here that is actually running these 3 10-gallon tanks. I picked up 2 of them. I have another one back down here. I should note, though, that this is for the non-UL listed pump. They do have a UL listed one, but that one's going to set you back like 20 bucks, 22 bucks, something like that. So for $7.99, I'm not too concerned about it. I just use these really as a temporary pump or a backup. I just want to have a couple in the fish room in case I need them. So for $7.99, they can sit down here waiting to be used if and when that time comes. and I'm not out a lot of cash. So if you need something like that, $7.99. Otherwise, if you don't trust non-UL listed and you're a little more concerned about it than I am, go ahead and spend the 22 bucks if you want to get the regular one. Anyways, I do have another box that showed up today. Couple good deals in here I just want to point out. I do have a Zis breeder box. In my video, all these ocellatus fry were in an internal breeder box called the Zis, and there's a few different models, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but yeah, it's sitting back there behind that 20-gallon tank. You can see it. It's not in use right now. Problem is, I can't get it in and out of here without almost breaking the thing. There's just not enough room here. So I got it in one time, almost broke it, so it's kind of in there permanently. I'll continue to use it on the 40 breeder over here, but it stays stashed behind this 20-gallon Bloody Mary tank when it's not in use. But I do need some more breeder boxes, so because I can't really squeeze the Zis breeder boxes, I just didn't leave enough room on these tanks here when I built the rack. I could get one up here on the top tanks without any issue. But I noticed the marinas were on sale on Amazon. This is the medium, and this was on sale for $4.50, like $4.64 or something like that. So Jason at Jadrin Aquatics did a review on these. I've seen a couple other people use these. Thought I would grab a few just to have them on hand. These are good to have if and when you need them. And then I picked up 2 of the large ones, and these were on sale for eight bucks. So for 16 bucks, I got 2 large breeder boxes, and then for $4.50 I got a medium. I also picked up another Inkbird heater controller. I had one poop out. The company's not standing behind their warranty, so I'm just going to box it up, send it back to Amazon. Picked up a new one. And then down here I picked up a pepper mill. There are some high protein foods that I'd like to start feeding some of these fry. This is one of them. This is from Ken's Food, Ultimate Shrimp, Catfish, and Pleco Pellet, and I'm going to try these on the ocellatus fry. It's 59% protein, and it's squid and krill is the protein source, but I want to stick this in this pepper mill and see if I can get those fry to eat this. If not, then I'll swap this out, and I'm guessing they're going to eat it, and I'm sure the rainbow fish fry will eat this as well. I think this whole thing, this is a quarter-pound jar. I think this cost me like $4.50 at Ken's Fish. If you've never visited kensfish.com, do yourself a favor, check out Ken's Fish. Anyways, if they don't like this, I've got a bunch of Northfin food that is too small for my severums, and I could put that in the pepper mill and make it even smaller for the fry. So I've seen several people use these pepper mills. I think Michael at Michael's Fish Room, I think I saw him use something like this, and that's kind of where I got the idea. But anyways, that's it back here in the fish room. A lot of good things happening with the shrimp tanks up here finally, and the ocellatus. We're knee-deep in ocellatus, and we moved our L264 plecos into this tank here. Hopefully we'll get footage of them in the near future. So anyways, look forward to seeing this rack come together here in the next few weeks. I'm not sure when it'll be completed, but I'm definitely going to start construction on this really soon. So I'm super excited about that. Just going to give me the versatility with some more tanks back here. And the good news is the wife was okay with it. So anyways, with that being said, we're going to end this video, and we'll go back to where we started up here at the Tangerine Tigers. And I just want to thank everybody for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a minute and do so. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and post it down below. Hit the like button on your way out. And again, I thank you. And until the next one, we'll catch you later.